What's up guys, it's the Hunter Project here. Welcome to my channel where you'll find Monster Hunter news, builds, playthroughs and everything in between. Be sure to smash the like, subscribe buttons if you do enjoy. It is extremely appreciated as we make our way to 1000 subscribers, which I am hoping to hit by the end of this month, and it does seem quite optimistic, but I will try my hardest to push out the best possible content I can muster. And don't forget to join our Discord, link is at the top of the description, and without wasting any more time, let's get right into the video. Today I'll be bringing you my first mixed set video on Monster Hunter Rise, and this will be my current setup that I use for pretty much every quest and pretty much anything I do in the game as of now, but I will be creating more sets to accommodate for various elements as well as different weapon types. Starting off with the equipment, we are going to be using the Magnum Longsword, Sinister Shade Sword, which is a fantastic universal weapon due to its very solid damage numbers and the blast element especially, as you don't have to worry about monster resistances. And then we have the Zinogre Helmet, Remobra Chestplate, Rathalos Arms, Anjanath Waist, and finally Rajang Legs. This is accompanied by a Rarity 6 Talisman. And as for the decorations, I have slotted 3 attack boost jewels into the set, alongside 3 free meal and 3 drain decorations. Also, do note that the talisman gives me level 2 weakness exploit and level 1 wall runner, so make sure you take this into account if you do consider replicating this build. Jumping into the skills as a whole, here is what we have. So, starting off with the first one, we have Attack Boost level 7, which is insane and gives us a 10% stat increase to our damage, of course, our output damage, with an additional 10 points. And this has become extremely useful now that we have a solid, reliable damage increase that can exponentially rise, given that we now have a percentage increase in damage as soon as you hit level 4. And following that, we have Critical Boost, which gives us a 40% damage increase to attacks that hit the critical points of a monster, as the name suggests. And then we have Weakness Exploit, which increases affinity by 50% when hitting weak points, which is extremely useful in correlation with the previous two to try and maximize damage, which is amazing. Unfortunately, I couldn't fit in Critical Eye, but if I could change something on this set and it would happen, it would definitely be if I could get Critical Eye into the set somehow, but that would probably be all down to the talisman. So if I could get, if it's even possible, a Weakness Exploit and Critical Eye talisman, that would be absolutely insane. But jumping back to our skills, next up we have Stamina Thief, which I've slotted into the large amount of level 1 decoration slots that we have free across the armor, and it's quite a useful skill, and I'd say underused. It will allow you to have an easier time getting the monster exhausted as you damage it with your exhaust power, which is increased by 40% when you have this skill, and it is quite useful over time, as when you do get the monster exhausted, it does actually give you quite a big window to get some solid DPS in, like probably even a true charge slash. Like, it's a solid amount of time, so it's definitely useful if you do have a lot of level 1 slots free, like I did in this armor set. And then following that, we have the recently popularized free meal skill, which I think became a lot more prominent as World's life cycle went on, which is very useful and gives a 45% chance of a consumable not being consumed when you use it. And this means you can potentially have like 20 mega potions in one hunt without crafting more, which is insane. And this can be even higher if you're insanely lucky. And of course, you'll always have the minimum of 10, assuming as if you like pretty much don't have the skill. But if you have the skill, you can potentially have infinite if your luck is insanely good. But for the most part, you can expect to have around, like, I'd say 15 to 20 mega potions, assuming your luck's on the average side. And overall, it's a very nice skill to have to ease the hunt when you're fighting a more aggressive monster, like especially when you're fighting Magnum Arlo in high rank. He can be a bit of a nuisance here and there if you're getting bad AI. Well, I wouldn't say bad AI, just more like annoying AI, where you start eating through your healing items very quickly because you keep getting just unlucky with how you're predicting the moves. I definitely have been there. There's times where I absolutely slam him, and then there's times where I get slapped around by him. And regardless, it's definitely an extremely useful skill to have, and I definitely recommend trying it. And then we have Latent Power, which while active increases our affinity by 20% and stamina depletion by 30%, which is quite handy to have as one of the lower level skills in this specific build, as even though the build isn't centered around it at all, when you have passed enough time in the quest or taken enough damage and this skill kicks in, it is a very welcome addition during the fight. And then finally, we have our final skill, which is Wall Runner, which isn't amazing for battle, but for me it is forcefully tacked on at the price of the level 2 weakness exploit as mentioned earlier in the video, with the talisman sharing the 2 skills. But regardless, basically this skill just gives you 25% reduced stamina consumption when you're wall running, which I guess is useful for specific situations. But that does bring us to the end of this video, guys. If you did enjoy, be sure to smash the like and subscribe buttons. It is extremely appreciated as we make our way to 1,000 subscribers, and comment down below how your mix sets are coming along and if you'll be giving this one a try. Don't forget to join our Discord, link is at the top of the description. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Fit